Hello students, let's do new lesson today. I called it Lucky Catch during the Chinese New Year season. So I will show you the basic version, then later I will show you the challenge version of the game to show you all what's the difference. So let's see if I play the basic version. So when I play the game, and when the character here, the hand touching the bomb, it will be game over without any sound effect. It just end the game straight away. Let's try to catch some balloon or other objects other than the so-called enemy sprite here. There's a little sound effect here when you catch the balloon. And then when you reach the score 10, balloon popped, then you will see the you win spread coming out. The whole game will pause and ended here. So let's see the advanced version. It will give a totally different kind of feeling. It's over here. Okay. Start. Same thing, if I try to catch the balloon, it will give me a sound. But let's say if I catch the bomb, then it will give me a bomb sound to react. And then as you can see on the top, so as you can see on the top left hand corner, I have two variables instead. One is lives, one is balloon pop. So lives give me 3 chances that if I catch the bomb 3 times, then I come to this game over screen with the explosion effect, explosion screen plus the sound effect. Okay, let's see what is the win effect be. Oops. Okay, as you can see here, just now if I make a game in a winning scenario, a lot of balloon will come out and play a very nice cheerful music to give player a good feel of the game. So the challenging part, I will list the items that need to be complete in order to achieve the effect like what I demo here, and the end screen as usual. Okay, so now let's do the basic one as our usual practice. So let me go to a new project to demo you the basic version. So from basic version, you all can continue to add in the challenge task, so to achieve what I demoed just now. Of course, you can do much more complicated than my version, so it will be more engaging and fun to play. Okay, so let me delete the cat sprite. The first sprite we are going to do is the hand. So let's go to the sprite library. Maybe it's a different name. Seems that I need to scroll down. Give me a while. Where is it? Oh, apparently it's not hand. Okay, so let's do the hand code first. Right, so when the flag is clicked, first we need the, of course, every time we do the code, right, first part is always the initializing code, where you want to, how you want to set up your sprite at, what is the initial state. That's why we need the initializing code. So when the flag is clicked, we are going to go to certain locations. For me is X is 0 and Y is -130. Switch to costume. I will rename the costume here because I feel the name is a bit hard to pronounce. So the standing still costume, I will name it as middle. Actually no, this one is not really like catching. I feel this one is like catching, isn't it? Okay, let me delete this, rename this as middle, and here is left, here is right, and this one we can let me try. It's nice. I think this one looks more like the catching feel, right? So let's rename it as middle and delete the previous one. So this one no need already. Okay, so here is 3 costume that we might use. So the next code is when the flag is clicked again. So I want to separate the instructions into a few sections. At here, haven't complete yet. Let's add a switch costume. Switch costume to middle 2. What I have middle 2? Oh, okay. Let's rename it middle. And here, switch to costume middle. And at the second when flag is click block, we're going to add a forever loop, and inside the forever loop, I guess you already know what I want to do to make the sprite follow the mouse pointer on the screen. So we don't want it to move up and down, just left and right, and that only requires X position with mouse X, right? So set X position to mouse X. This one we already did in previous lesson. You can always refer to that video. I think it's four reporter block lesson. Okay, so let's play and check. Yes, it doesn't move up and right, up and down, just move left or right to catch the balloon. Okay, so the next thing we are going to do is play a song, right? So when the hand sprite is touching the balloons or goodies, then we are going to play a song. So let's do this. When the flag is clicked, I'm going to do a forever loop to keep checking a certain condition. And what is that condition? Is whether the sprite is touching the balloon or the other goodies. Where is the touching? Over here. Okay, right now, because we don't have other sprite beside the hand, let me rename it to hand to make it more easy to understand. Okay, so because we don't have other sprite now, and even though you want to see the these items here, you don't really see the other sprite. This one later on we will come back here and select the right sprite to get the condition checking to be done. Okay, so when the sprite hand is touching the other sprite, which is balloon or other goodies, then I'm going to play a sound. Right now, under the sound library, you only have cheer, but I don't think I want to have such a long sound, so a short sound will be good. I would like to have the squish pop sound. Yeah, this is good. Okay, so after that, I'm going to add this in. Okay, and the next thing we are going to do is to do the balloon. So let me add one more thing. Let's choose the balloon. Okay, and this one we can name it to goodies. because later on we're going to add one more costumes under the balloon, so it will keep changing. When they dropping down, each time it will change another costume to make it a bit more dynamic and fun to play, a little bit unexpected to the players. So we will name this as a common name as goodies. And back to the code here, because we have another spread here to able to choose, then we will choose this as goodies. We want to test the code whether it works, right? So let's just position it a bit low, then my hand here can slide to the position where the goodies is. Okay, which works. Okay, the next thing we are going to do is rather than code the goodies, I want to decorate my backdrop a bit. Otherwise it look really plain. So that I will click here, backdrops, to either start choosing a backdrop or start coding in the backdrop. So let me choose the backdrop first. And then I go to the backdrop. Okay, so here I choose the stripes backdrop, but one backdrop may be a bit too plain, so I will duplicate. Then at each, I will just change the color a bit to your preferred color, not necessary to be the same as me. So as you can see, when using the selector, right, I might click the backdrop, it has the pattern selected for me. So all I need to do is to just change the color over here. I think the watermelon red is good. Where is the watermelon red? Okay. A bit hard to choose one, huh? Okay, let's say I choose this one, a bit orange. Then I go to the next. Do remember to select the pattern and then change the color. Okay, I think I'm okay with this. Now, when the costume, the backdrop color are done, what you need to do is go back to the coding area and then start to put some code on it. So we want the backdrop to switch in a repeated mode to make it a bit more fun, also make it a little bit challenging to the player, because you need to see the item and then the backdrop keep changing in the background to distract the player a bit. So let's do this. When the flag is clicked, I'm going to use the repeat until. Okay, why I need to use repeat until is when the player win the game, I don't want the backdrop to keep changing anymore. So it will only stop when the certain condition is met. So I use repeat until. Okay. Then let's go to the operators to check certain value is matched. Let's say when I got the score 10, and this one should stop running. These instructions here should stop running. Okay, so we miss a variable over here. The variable we haven't created yet, so let's do it. Balloon popped. Balloon popped. Okay. And I'm going to drag this variable into here. And when this condition is met, then while this condition is not met, right? So wait until repeat the instructions inside, and until this condition is met, it should not repeat the instructions inside this block anymore. So what instructions I want to run is to change the backdrop. Next backdrop, and each backdrop, let's give a wait of 0.5 seconds so that it won't change so fast. Later I will demo to you the difference. Okay, okay, let's do it. If you want to slow down the switching of the backdrop, right, you can. Let's make it 2 seconds. But I feel to get 10 score within a few seconds is possible. So if the backdrop is changing very slow, it's not fun anymore. So I think the best number that I tested before is 0.5 or 1. Let's try. I forgot the one. The 1 second part. Actually 1 or 0.5 is good. But let's try to change it to 0. You will see that it changed so fast. Okay, there's a reason that we want to slow it down, because we don't want the backdrop to repeat changing with a fast effect. It will be becoming very irritating to the players, and it's not a nice element inside your game already. So I will choose 1 second. I think it's a good number. Okay, it's a good number to go. So the backdrop is done. The next thing we are going to do is the goodies sprite code. So let's go to a costume to get the things ready. Inside the costume, I already have 3 colors, 3 different colors of the balloon, blue, yellow, and purple. Let's add more things. I like to eat, so I will prefer to add in some food. Cake. Donut. Okay, I think 6 costume is good enough. Of course, you can add more or delete some also can. Depends on your game choice, game design. Maybe this one I want to change another color. I want it a bit bright. I think this color is good. Let's go back to the code area and then start to code for this sprite. Some of my students actually draw faces on the balloon, which is quite fun also. Let's try. So if I can draw 2 face, 2 eyes, and then a smiley face. Oh, I think a triangle nose. Okay, so I use your creativity to decorate the balloon a bit, and then do a crying face, do an angry face. It will make your game personal, or make your game a bit more different from the default sprite that they are giving you, because in the sprite library, if using the default sprite, it's always like a bit common that a lot of people are using also. You can decorate your own sprite based on the sprite that the scratch is provided. Okay, so just a small little things reminders here. If you want to design your own sprite, you can do so. Okay, so let's focus on the code. The first thing is, since now we have the variable balloon popped, the initial script, we must do remember to reset the balloon pop back to 0. So let's do flag is clicked, reset the variable to 0, so that whenever you play is a new game to the player, so player won't continue previous player's score. Okay, then we inside here, we are going to add a forever loop. Inside the forever loop, we're going to keep changing the costumes. But right here, if we keep changing the costumes, it will giving you such effects, which is a bit crazy, right? We need to do more things. We need to control the location of the sprite. So we need go to X and Y code, and here we want to pick a random on the X, right? We want to pick a random range, and the beginning range is -240 to 240 to positive 240. And this pick random here on the x-axis, meaning that I want to pick any location, follow my mouse cursor here. I want to pick any location along the x-axis. So every time it will drop at different x-axis position. It's not always in the middle dropping down. There's no fun already, right? So because we want to add some randomness, and then player don't know where the balloon or the goodies items are dropping down from the sky. Either it's to the most left corner or to the most right corner. We don't know. So this one we want to let the computer to decide and make it a bit more fun. And position wise, we want it to go top first, 180, because we want to drop down from the top, okay. Inside here, go to the top location, we must make it drop. How to make the sprite drop? We need another repeat until code block. So once it touch the hand, right, then it should stop the instructions. Otherwise it will keep reduce 10 unit in in y axis. So here I would need to select this, change y by -10. So whenever the condition haven't met yet, this sprite will run this instructions inside. It would move down by -10 on every second it goes, unless it touch the hand. So let's go here. Okay, as long as let me repeat again. So as long as it doesn't touch the hand, it should keep dropping down by -10 in y axis. So let's try. Okay, so if I touch the goodies, it will go up and then drop down again. But if I didn't touch it, then what happened? It will start at the bottom area here. It's not what we expect to have, right? So we want to enhance this part, how to make it go back again, even though I didn't touch it. Okay, so here we need to do another block and do a forever check. So if the sprite reaching the below area and still haven't caught by the hand, it should auto go back to the top area and then drop down again. So when the flag is clicked, I'm going to have a forever loop to check. Wait until a certain position is reached. So definitely we need the operators, and we need to decide which one of the 3 operators we can choose. So since below is negative, right, we want to choose smaller than, and we can use the sprite to locate around here to check that at this location is currently at -222. So the safe number we're going to put here is -200. Okay, as long as the current location just now is around here, right, this area is less than -200. So this area is at which area? The y-axis, right? So we need the y position in motion block. If the current sprite's y position is less than -200, then it should go back to the top area. Okay, and once it go back to the top area, this block of code will run to check, because top area haven't reached the hand, right? So the instructions here inside the repeat until will run naturally. Okay, so that's test. Great. So we have achieved the repeated motion of the goodie sprite, so that it will keep going up and then come down again, regardless whether the hand touch or not touch the sprite. Okay, so do take note on this number condition checking here. You might need to test and see how does the number behave. Use the number to gauge where is the area that you want to make the condition turn true. Imagine if I said if the current Y position is minus 300, this will not do the work. The area over here, right, is never reached to lesser than minus 300. So this one, do take note on this thing. So you need some testings on the numbers to get the correct condition checking, and then so it will react nicely. Okay, as you can see here, when I touch the sprite, then it changed the costume, right? If I don't touch the sprite, it doesn't change the costume. This one you can add the costume over here. Next costume. Okay, let's go here. Okay. Alright, so it's not like the previous code. If I didn't touch the goodie sprite, it will keep the same costume dropping down again until I touch the goodie sprite, then it will change to next costume. We enhance this part to make it a bit more lively. Okay, so the next thing we are going to do is try to add the score, right? So when the goodies is catched by the hand, the variable should add by 1. So how to do this? We again need another flag and another forever loop to keep checking when the game starts. And we need an if block to check if the sprite is touching the hand. If goodie sprite is touching the hand, then I'm going to go to variable block, change the marks or score by 1, and wait. This one you can choose to have a wait 0 second or wait some seconds. Let's test first. So I think here the scoring part is very fast because when it touch from the fingertip, right, until it reach the hand palm here, it got some times, but it's still considered touching. So why not we wait for 1 second over here to see how's the effect. Okay, from here I would say that 1 second is still a bit too long. Maybe we get 0.5. Alright, I think this solves the problems of whether to score it too fast or too slow to make the for loop lower the sensitivity of the for loop. Okay, so when the scoring is done, let's do the condition check. So when is the winning situation happened, right? So I want to get 10 score to make the game into winning situation. So let's have a flag. When the flag is clicked, I'm going to wait until a certain condition, which is when the variable get the value equal to 10, and let's put the variable in, And this point I'm going to broadcast a you win message. So broadcasting is very important. Okay, you win. Alright, so you win message later on we will use for the challenging part, or even for the basic one we want to show the you win sprite. So the basic ones are mostly there. The most important functionality are done. So let's see the you win situation. Let's do up the you win. You need to create your own sprite. Let me change the color to say blue. Okay, and I want to change the font family to marker. Okay, if it's not in line the middle, you can always change the X and Y to 0. Okay, it's okay. So the next thing is to code the you win sprite. Now we can use the broadcast message to you win, and in the beginning we want to hide it first. So here when the flag is clicked, I'm going to hide it, and when I broadcast you win and when I receive it, I'm going to show it. I receive you win, I'm going to show and stop all the code. Now let's see. Okay, so the you win scenario is done. Right now it's time to create enemy in your game to make it more challenging. The enemy I will choose is bomb. Okay, I have prepared a bomb sprite. So this one I have downloaded from my complete game. Okay, I have prepared the bomb sprite here because I taken it from my complete version of game code. The reason is I didn't save the bomb image in this computer, it's in my laptop. So I just use back the same sprite. Of course, you can go to Google and download the free resources of the bomb, whichever design you like it. But do remember to download the PNG version. The PNG version will give you a transparent background instead of with some white color or black color background. We want the just the bomb without any background, which usually in PNG image format. Okay. Alright, so let's code the bomb. So when the flag is clicked, I'm going to also make the bomb go up and then falling down, because it will happen at the same time of the goodies. So both are traveling from the top area to below area, but it depends on users reactions to where to catch it. Okay, so I will need the forever loop, and basically it's a similar code though. Let me see if I can drag the code into here so I no need to code it. So let's drag it into here. Okay, it's here. Let me throw this away. The bomb only have one costume, so I don't need this code. Just slot this in and attach. It should be able to move down. But like the previous problem, the bomb stuck at the below area because we don't have the code to handle such scenario. So we are going to copy the code again from the goodies into bomb, which are very similar. Right, let's go here. Okay, let's try. Okay, so it works. But now it makes no harm when you catch the bomb. Okay, this makes some reactions. When you catch the bomb, you should game over. You go to the game over scene. Okay, so let's see. When the flag is clicked, I'm going to do a forever check. And in the forever check, the condition would be when touching the hand. When touching hand spread, I'm going to broadcast game over. Okay, so at the game over spread will be the receiver to listen this message. You can also add a sound when you touch. This one is part of the challenging task, but you make it no harm to add it here because the code is very similar. As you can see, when you touch the balloon, it plays a sound, right? And you can do the same thing. Instead of the score sound over here, but you can make the sound code over here. Okay, you can do it in the challenge part also, but I won't take the time to go through in the basic version. So let's do the final sprite game over. Change the color to red. Enlarge the sprite, make it center, and make it smaller. It go off the screen already. Make the position to 0 and 0 in X and Y axis. Okay, now is the coding. The last part of the game over code is very similar to you win. You can even copy and paste into here. And just change the you win to game over message. Let's see. If I touch the bomb, it will give me game over message. Okay, so I do actually touch just now. You see it reached the fingertip. Okay, so we finished the basic version of the game flow. The challenge part, I will leave it at the end screen for you all to take over and then follow up to enhance your current basic game to make it more interesting. So let's go back into the challenge one and have a final play to show you all what is the feel of the challenge game. If I play again, right, actually the balloon will change another set of color. Let's try. Oh no. Okay, let's take the final play of the game where we add in the task, challenging task to make it a bit more fun. The interesting part is I use the similar code in cloning script that we went through on lesson 2 or 3. You can refer back to the videos to see how you do it. Alright, so let's end here. If you all got questions about the challenging items, how to achieve that, do approach us on the lesson details. Thank you. I will see you next week, hopefully, to have the new lesson contents. Okay, bye.